500 bucks.
You save about 1,000 plus.
To work out cheaper for me.
3,000-4,000.
215, even more.
Facebook for 200 plus. 400 bucks of savings. Hi guys, so in today's video I'm reviewing the Volkswagen Passat R-Line. So what is the Passat R-Line? Well, basically think of this as the Passat equivalent of a 3 Series M Sport or a Mercedes C-Class AMG line, whereby you get the same engine as the standard model but with a bit of look faster bits, as well as some chassis enhancements, and all that in this car costs about 20,000 ringgit more than the regular Passat Elegance, though at one glance you may not be able to tell them apart. You see, because Volkswagen's philosophy has always been one of very they've always been very understated with the nature of their designs, and that is reflected here even in the way they cosmetically enhance the Passat R-Line. Let me show. So firstly, if you look at the front end, now let's start with the headlights. The regular headlights in the Passat Elegance are already a very high spec LED type with sequential indicators, so that is preserved here, carried over. It's not something that's calling for a major upgrade anyways. So here on the front grille there's this little discrete R-Line badge, and down here, now this is where they tweak the design a bit. The front apron is given a more aggressive design, if you like, but basically they've only enhanced it visually in terms of the opening for air intake. It's still just this section here. What they've done is that they've put more gloss black trimmed areas, okay, to give it an overall a more aggressive look. But still, this is still a very executive, very elegance oriented car, because you look at the amount of chrome that is still left on the front fascia and also around the door frames. Typically with you know, all these R-Line, M Sport, AMG line treatments, one of the things that car makers do is that they will black out the door trims to give it either matte black or gloss black finish. But here with the Passat R-Line, you still get a chrome treatment down there. That chrome strip is still present as well. The wheels on the R-Line here are one size up from the Elegance. Elegance get 18-inch wheels. The R-Line here gets 19, and they wear 235/40 tires at the front and at the rear as well. Okay, so we come to the back. So the back here, the enhancements over from the regular Passat to this, the Elegance to the R-Line here, is even more discreet. Okay, to spot this, you have to look at the rear, the lower edge of the bumper, where you get the dual trapezoidal tips that aren't actually exhaust tips, because the real exhaust is actually hidden down here. The sporty touches to this Passat here from the outside, it's still very subtle, very discreet, very gentle. And when you look at it, right, this is still at the heart of it a very executive oriented car. So we'll open the boot. So that sound bar there, that is a local add-on, and this is given to early adopters of the Passat R-Line. I'm not sure if they still offer it right now, but yeah, but if you're an early taker, they give it to you. And here down there, full-size spare wheel under the boot. But still, this is a rather large boot, and personally I'm not sure about that soundbar. I'm not the kind who would be interested by it, but if you are, well, that's something, that's a bonus for you. And even if, let's say, if you get your car with this soundbar and it's not to your liking, you can pass it on to another Passat owner, all right, who may appreciate it. So it's got powered closing, all right. So here are the back seats. Nothing new to show you at the back, lah. It's the same as the Passat Elegance. You've got rear sunshades. You've got rear aircon vents with dedicated rear zone climate control. Okay, I'll just bring you straight to the front. Okay, so the steering wheel here is unique to the R line with a flat bottom design, and these seats also are unique to the R line model as well. They are a sportier design. Volkswagen calls it ergo comfort seats. There's memory function. Okay, and you've got this R line stitched here, and you can see here this it's a sort of, you know, this part of the upholstery here, it's a sort of carbon fiber imitating pattern here to give it a more sporty identity. All right, but the overall build and architecture of this cabin is extremely similar, or is practically no different from the regular Passat Elegance. So I'm going to start this, and you can see here the full, well, digital instrument cluster come to play. You can press this button here to change the configuration of the cluster. All right, but I'm a bit old-fashioned, so I like a proper analog gauge. So here you can see this is the touchscreen here is the same size as the Elegance, and of course when you put your palms there, it detects the presence of your palm, and you see how the screen changes to react. So it detects the presence of your palm. When I move my palm closer, all the button areas grow enlarge for you to be able to, you know, hit them better. All right, to reach to them better, to see them better. So the only additional button here over the Elegance is this. This is the drive mode selection button, where you have 5 modes to choose from. All right, this is the DCC individual. So you can, with DCC you can change the steering, well, engine, light assistance, air conditioning. So this manages the power consumption of the aircon system. So if, let's say, like, if you choose eco, the car will the air conditioning system will operate on reduced cooling power to help you save your fuel consumption. Light assistance, well, this would, I believe, would be a faster reaction of the adaptive headlights to more exuberant driving styles. Okay, and well, this is definitely the adaptive damper setup. All right, so this is the biggest, the most significant upgrade of the Passat R line over the regular Passat Elegance. This car also comes enhanced with the electronic differential. So if you buy this Passat R line over the regular Passat Elegance, you get enhanced handling. Okay, now one thing that I would comment about this dashboard is that I rather miss the old analog clock, all right, that they used to put here at the top of the thing, and I don't think there's a need to put the Passat name here at the top. But that aside, very minor quibble. There's really nothing much to blame in this cabin. Well, as maybe this is a typical Volkswagen execution of a cabin. There's a feeling of coal efficiency to this. Okay, very business-like cabin, but also at the same time it looks and feels immensely sophisticated, and you know, the build quality, the overall fit and finish of this cabin really is beyond criticism. Oh yes, one thing I do have to say, the lock and unlock button, a small oversight here. They forgot to put it at the passenger seat, but really, yeah, nothing else that I would put blame on. You've got the rubberized tray here. This is a lidded cup holder. Not sure what this slot can be used to put. And you've got center console box. No USB ports. They've gone to USB-C here and one more here. So get those USB-C to USB-C cables in handy. All right. Yeah. So let's take this guy out for a drive. I'm driving with the DCC set in comfort mode. Alright, and I'm approaching a particularly rough patch of road, and the suspension absolutely, you know, iron out all the imperfections like they were not there. Alright, and the handling of the car feels utterly uncompromised. This in fact feels no different from the regular Passat Elegance, and I mean it in a good way. Alright, and of course the 2.2 liter TSI engine here, yes, it's less powerful than the previous 2 liter TSI engine, but in day-to-day use it feels entirely adequate. The punch is there. You don't feel that you're driving an underpowered car at all. In fact, I explained before, this engine, this 190 PS 2 liter engine, is in fact, in the global scheme, meant to replace the 1.8 TSI. Alright, so the thing about Volkswagen's global powertrain, you know, family, is that there aren't as many variety, you know, as they had before. So when it comes to choosing what to sell in Malaysia, the local product team no longer have that many, you know, options to choose from, because the next step up from this 190 PS powertrain is a 270 PS option, and that costs a lot more money. And that is the reason why even the Arteon also makes do with the 190 PS engine. Now the reason why this is happening, of course, there's a multitude of reasons behind it. One is that by reducing the number of variations, Volkswagen definitely saves cost in their manufacturing, because variations always add to your cost. The more you streamline, the more you reduce your options and maximize the quantity of that certain fixed specification, you bring down the cost per unit through reasons of economies of scale. Now there's also another reason why you observe that not only Volkswagen, but if you look at Mercedes, you look at BMW, you notice that previously they used to have 3 or 4 engine tunes for the same engine, but not anymore. Mercedes, for example, no longer offers the 250 tune with their 2 liter engine. They no longer sell the C250 or the E250. The reason is of that is because of certification. You see, because of, you know, the whole Dieselgate fiasco, right? That, you know, that forced worldwide authorities to look more closely into the claimed fuel consumption figures, and, you know, as a result of that, the WLTP, real world fuel consumption test, is made, and as a result of that, you know, it adds a lot more cost and bureaucracy in getting more engine variations tuned and certified. You see, the thing is, when you are a car maker, you cannot just simply roll out a random tune of your engine. You know, I mean, as consumers, we can always bring our cars to mic up to extract another 20-30 horsepower, but for Volkswagen to do that same kind of job, they have to go through a lot of approvals, you know, certifications and all that, both internally as well as regulatory, which is why it makes sense for them to reduce the number of variations in their lineup. Okay, but we are digressing a bit already. Coming back here, yeah, so in comfort setting, this car drives exactly like the Passat Elegance. So why did you pay that extra 20,000 ringgit? It is for that option to press a button and push yourself into one of the other driving modes. Sport. So right now I am on the LDP, and immediately I can feel that the ride has become firmer. All right, and the throttle response is also perked up. All right, just a slight tap on the accelerator, and the car feels ready and raring to go. Right, it's a lot more. Ooh, it's not. Well, it's not crazy fast, but make no mistake, it is rapid. All right, with this kind of throttle response and agility and handling, you really can snake your way around traffic. See, the beauty, you know, with Volkswagen and the current gen MQB platform, and it's amazing. The MQB platform is almost a decade old by now, but still, the driving sensations that this platform gives, that cars on this platform give, it's just so nice, you know. And the thing is that the MQB platform, right from day one, was already a very well honed, well refined execution. Now, with 10 years, with a decade of experience, you know, polishing it and fine tuning it, it has only become better. And you know, it is testament to Volkswagen's homework when they developed this product, you know, their future proofing homework of this platform, that even right now, having experienced much newer cars, the Passat here hardly feels like an outdated product. And it's you know, the thing that really impresses with this car is just how well, you know, how well integrated everything feels. But this has always been a strong point of the Passat right from before, you know, right from the B7, the B, and now the B8, B8.5. The Passat's key strength has always been, you know, its focus, its ability to focus on comfort, yet still able to deliver a car that appeals to the enthusiast. Because when you drive a Passat, make no mistake, you know that first and foremost, this car is designed to make the business of going places as uneventful and unstressful as possible. But the thing is, when you step on it, when you try to push it, you find that, hey, this guy, it has, you know, the talents to have fun with you. It has that fun side to it that is ever ready to come out, you know, at a snap of a finger. Now, the biggest, you know, how should I put it? The biggest drawback, if you like, of the Passat, and this is true generally of Volkswagen Group cars in Malaysia, including Audi, is that they are very far behind the competition when it comes to autonomous driver assistance features, which is very ironic, isn't it? Because in recent years, Volkswagen has accumulated that, has acquired that reputation of being a technology-driven company with regards to its products. But you know, when it comes to autonomous safety technology, they are conspicuously conservative with their offerings. All right, even here, even in the Passat Elegance, here in the Passat R line, you know, moving further up to the Tiguan R line, the Arteon, there's not even auto braking on offer. So the thing is that if you're going to tell me that is a deal breaker, then there's nothing to argue about. Because if advanced driver assist is a problem for you, then there's no need to argue anymore. You have to look away from the Passat. But even though Volkswagen, the drivetrain is loaded with technology like TSI, direct injection, dual clutch transmission. You cannot escape, appreciating the effort that was put in to fine-tune the mechanical refinement of this car. And that is an aspect in which the Passat has always been a very outstanding car. It is the superb mechanical refinement that, that how the engine, the transmission, the suspension, how everything all coalesced to give you a very cohesive driving experience. It's like every screw, every nut, every bolt is polished to work perfectly with each other as much as possible. So the question is, should you buy the Passat R-Line? Well, in isolation, it's a good car, but in all honesty, the regular Passat Elegance, I would say, does the job fair enough, and it's not an entirely necessary upgrade. But if you were to ask me, if you are looking at the Passat and you're thinking that you want a bit more, perhaps instead of looking at this, you should take another step and go all the way to the Arteon, because yes, mechanically it's the same car underneath, but it's a completely different design on the outside. One, all right, and second thing, I would expect that down the road, the Arteon would probably be a more sought after vehicle than the Passat, and that means your resale value would definitely be better. If you were to consider the Passat Elegance, the Passat R-Line, and the Passat Arteon as one, family of offerings, then the R-Line, this Passat R-Line here, has a bit of a middle child syndrome, whereby you're definitely better off going for the bigger brother, which is the Arteon, if your budget permits. But if, let's say that you want something less fancy, all right, then the Passat Elegance does the job almost just as well. So in isolation, it's a good car, but why not go for the Arteon instead? All right, so that concludes my review of the new Volkswagen Passat R-Line. Hope this content is useful for you in your purchasing decisions. If you like our work, please hit the subscribe button, not just of myself, but also Bobby, Bing, Tana, and the rest of the Aurizn team. Join us on club.evolmalaysia.com. That's from where we can include you in all of our future activities, our weekend drives, our and also we can keep you informed with our other initiatives like Evo Club Car Wash, Evo Club Insurance, all these things, activities, initiatives that we put together for you guys to enjoy your car ownership experience a bit more. Okay, so thank you for watching. Until my next video, I'll see you soon.